guys, how are you doing? Wow, how hot is it? It really is. I haven't been bothered to do my makeup. I've had to start the stream early because I have another thing to do later. So later on, well, when we're finished here, we are going to be going straight over to Tribe XR. So I'm going to be raiding Tribe XR after we've finished today. And then I will be on at 10 p.m. Basically what they're doing is they are using some brand new technology to take VR live streaming to the next level, and they've got me involved in it. Atomic VR, how are you doing, babe? Guys, get following Atomic VR as well if you are into VR, DJing, that kind of stuff. Atomic VR has his own nightclub in Alt Space, and kindly gave me my first Alt Space nightclub DJing experience. So I'll be doing that again soon, hopefully in August, with him. But yeah, tonight you will see me playing from 10 p.m. in Tribe XR. I'll just put the thing in the chat now. So how are you all doing? Are you all good? Are you all staying cool? I've been playing football today. Hence state of me. I've got shorts on as well. Yeah, I've been to the park this morning playing football and basketball, and I didn't realise I'm quite good at football. I didn't know. I didn't even know I liked football, but apparently I am quite good at kicking balls. So there you go. Very strange. Hang on, where are we? Tribe X. I'm sure it's just all one word, isn't it? Yeah. So that should be the link. Let me just double check it. So yeah, this is where I'm going to be streaming in a little while. They are going right now as well. But yeah, we're going to do the demo drop first. We've got, I think, about 7 or 8 tracks. If you've heard off me today, then you will have a track on today's demo drop. God, it is so fucking hot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tracks we've got. Oh, Stewie, I'll send you a message afterwards, my love. I'm glad that you're with the mental health team, though. That is the main thing. It really is the main thing. Okay, so that's the niceties out of the way. How are you? I'm fine. Oh, nice weather we're having. Fuck you. I mean, yes, it is very, very hot. Very, very lost there, wasn't it? There. Ha! Right, first of all, we've got the Prodigy Time Bomb Zone, and this is the Mark Ross remix. Cool. Yeah, sorry about the Basic Instinct moment. I've got very short shorts on at the moment. So, good job on wearing knickers, isn't it, eh? Can you hear that, by the way? Can you hear the laughter? Can you hear the laughter of the gladiators? Yeah, cool. Good. I had to turn it off because I have to use desktop audio when I do this show. So because of that, I can't hear my my own laughter things and stuff. So as long as you can hear them, that's the main thing. So yeah, it is a good job I had knickers on there. I would not want my balls to be falling out live on the stream. It's not that kind of a show. I don't want to get banned from Twitch, so sorry about that. I don't mean, sorry, not balls. I don't have balls. I mean, kind of have balls, like my labias are like balls, but they're not balls. Like, anyway, let's move on. Yeah. I've lost my train of thought now. What were we talking about? Not balls. We weren't talking about testicles. We were talking about... yes, your tunes, of course. Now, that tune, I liked it very much. It was very groovy. Anyone else got anything to say? Fucking hell. Trying to help you here. Yeah, it was really groovy, that. Cheers, Mark. All I can think about now is labias that look like balls. Like really big labias that have stretched. You know, like if you put two pool balls in a couple of balloons and you just left them there dangling. And the other thing I'm thinking about right now is the Alan Partridge scene where he's got his gym shorts on and he pops out. Should we just do the whole stream about balls? Because I can't think of anything else right now. My brain's just not focusing. It's too hot. It's too hot. It really is. It's too hard to try and talk about music production. We're going to try and get through this though. Okay, so Mark Ross, as you guys know, is a staple on this show. We've had him on probably every single show for a while, and I love the fact that what he brings is really different each time. So this one, to me, I'd play this in a track. Alan did mention in the chat there about the intro. Maybe it is a bit too long for in the club environment for DJs. However, it would be a great intro track, and I could definitely see that being an intro track on a set. On a recorded mix. For promotion for you as a DJ, that kind of thing, and also it would be a great first track of an album, without a doubt. I loved it. Stereo range of it all sounded perfect. It also sounded like he was using a lot of old school vocals and samples. Because even though it sounded clear, it also had that nice saturated, not too clinical feel to it as well, which is so important. Oh, Memo Tantan, I love you too. Konnichiwa. I love how you spelt toilet there, RVG Snoopy. Toilet. Do you know what? I usually don't like it when people misspell things or get grammar or use grammar incorrectly. However, I love that spelling of toilet. I can't deny it. I'm probably going to adopt that same spelling now. Thank you. Let's just resign ourselves to the fact that today is just going to be a write-off. It really is. It's just going to be a weird show today. Right, next we've got Decian, and now this one is entitled... I've got something in my eye now. God. Okay, so I've... knows? Okay, Decian has also been on the show probably about 3 or 4 times now. And this is a really good tune. This has not even got a name. Yeah, this is still entitled. So let's see what you guys think of. Please write anything that you can think of feedback-wise in the chat. Especially because considering I have got no content right now. My brain is just not working. It's overheating. Okay, so something's not sitting right with the bass on this, with this sub bass. Like, that is a very low rolling bass line. The thing to do with sub bass is sub should always be felt more than it should be heard. This is why it's always a very, very good idea to layer our basses. At the very minimum, to have a main bass and then a sub bass separate. But even more so, to add to that, sometimes having a top bass, a mid bass, buzzy bass, and a sub bass, having it layered. It also presents more problems as well. It can do, especially when you start introducing bass changes, bass note changes. However, it's important because in this instance, what we're listening to there is a sound which is so low that it's very difficult to ascertain whether or not it's the right tone or the right tuning, not even the right key, but the tuning seems off on some of those notes. Now, sometimes this can happen when you're in a studio and your monitor speakers are not set up correctly. So, for example, if you ever look on the back of proper music production monitors, they will have different settings for them depending on whether or not you are very close to the wall or not. Is one of the reasons why we need to change these options on the backs of our speakers. So sometimes when people are getting issues with really low bass, it's because of the fact that their speakers are probably too close to the back of the wall. And that can sometimes make it very difficult to ascertain whether the sub is in the right key or not. With this, I think that it sounded like it wasn't sitting right at all. It wasn't sitting right at all. I think this would be combated by, instead of having that one rolling sub bass as it is, splitting it so that the sub bass here can just be lower in volume, so it's just adding more of a feeling of the weightness that you need. And then copy that pattern and have a more buzzy mid bass, which is copying the progression of the melodies and the bass progression that this sub bass is trying to emulate, because it's too low in the frequency spectrum for you to be able to hear it properly. That's where it gets muddy, and it was taking all the enjoyment away from me listening to the rest of the tune, because all I could hear was the sub bass all the way through it, and it was too loud. Sub bass should be felt and not heard. So am I in the camp of hard cutting anything below 30 hertz? It really depends. So if you've made a recording, if you've recorded a vocal on a microphone, for example, in your studio, it's always best to cut off anything that you shouldn't be hearing, because when you start adding compression, limiting, effects, all of those things are going to magnify anything on that bottom end. So, and that can quickly end up, that's where people can quickly end up having a very muddy bottom. A very muddy bottom. However, I don't think you should have a belief system of anything being a hard and fast rule, because I think it's quite dangerous to get yourself into beliefs where you have to do this or you have to do that. Sometimes best to find out what works for you. you know, and some people might want those resonant frequencies for whatever reason. I don't know, but I'd say as a rule, especially if you're just a beginner and you've recorded something yourself or you have sampled something. Oh, there's something awful in my eye. Hang on. Yeah, you should probably cut, especially on the lower end. But you know, then there's the other side of it where we've got dynamics and, you know, the transients and all that wonderful stuff. Sometimes you can miss that information by cutting, especially on the higher frequencies. But, you know, it's all trial and error. So there we go. Hello to everyone that's just joined us. But yeah, good question, Naz Kent. Nascent? Nasen7. Cantor! How are you doing, sweetheart? Cantor says, I have a demo for you that I'm finishing today if you want to hear. Please make sure you send it in for next week. The reason why I can't play it tonight is I'm doing a virtual reality live stream in a bit. So I've had to have a hard cut off point today at, I think it's 8:45. I said I have to go. Hello, Dean. But yeah, I would love that. Guys, please get following Cantor Music. His stuff is absolutely amazing what he's doing. I don't know if you guys remember that Dance Revolution thing from the 90s, the dance floor thing. Well, basically, he has made versions of his tunes, which are also fucking shit hot tunes, and made like a Dance Revolution format into like a MIDI sampler. So he triggers off the samples and then he dances on it as well. Let's do it. So it's so cool. But that's just one aspect of Cantor. He's an amazing person and he's an amazing producer as well. So yeah, get following him. But yeah, that's what I'd say about this one, Dacian. You need to just go back in and sort out that bottom end because that sub is too loud. And it could be much better if you split it into a sub and a more mid bass for more control, especially with the bass changes. Hello, Kid Dynamo. Hello. It's really hot today. It's really hot and I'm in a really silly mood. Ooh. What are we doing? Next one. Okay, next we've got Pat Glennie and Agent Jack. This is called Lost in Time. Boo! Sorry. This one's called Lost in Time. English is weird. Shit is bad, but shit hot is really, really good. I know, right? Just can't win, can you? Right, where are we, Pat Glennie? I knew this one would be good, so I've not even listened to it yet. Oh, come on. The computer's been slow.
clearly dictates that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Okay, guys, thoughts there on Pat Glenny and Agent Jack, Lost in Time. So yeah, a few people mentioned the sirens there. I get like that as well. If it's a track that I've not heard before and I hear sirens in the chat, like I get like proper, even though I haven't usually done anything wrong, I'm like, shit, it's Caps. Oh no. And I will look in my rearview mirror and I'll be like, oh. I did it earlier with the kids in the car. Like, whoop, whoop, it's the sound of the police. And my daughter, Sasha's like, shut up, mummy. I know, right? Yeah, like, every time I see police, I'm just instantly like, oh, shit, what have I done? Like, they're like, no, you haven't done anything. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Just act cool. Just be cool, man. Come on. Every fucking time. I think it's the way I've been brought up. I really do. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but I blame my dad. Oh my God. I should write a book. But yeah, it's very Dom sounding, Dom Sweeten sounding. For me, I feel like it needs something. I feel like it was lacking another layer, maybe could just be another percussive layer or something, or maybe another melody line. But I feel that me saying that is my personal taste and not a reflection on this track. However, as a DJ, I personally might play this a few times, but I don't think I'd play it a lot. I think it's quite forgettable at the moment, and this is because of I am referencing and comparing it to other Pat Glenny tunes that I play a lot. So right now it sounds like something else needs to be in there, but if it isn't, then it's cool. I'll still play this tune a few times. But there wasn't any moments that really grabbed me apart from the sounds are great. The sounds are fucking brilliant. This is a prime example of why Pat Glenny is such a good producer, because he knows how to make authentic hard house. Maybe just some movement on that lead. You know, maybe a phaser, a chorus, something, you know, automated. layering it up, something like that. That would be pretty cool. What was the outro like? The outro is just as it normally is. Just goes down to kicks and bass, kicks and percussion. The claps, I love the claps. Extra hi-hat, maybe. Like rides. Maybe some rides would be quite nice. However, rides are more prominent in genres such as techno. But yeah, maybe. Maybe I'm looking for like a little rap vocal, something like that in the fills or something like that, you know. Again, personal preference. But yeah, thank you very much, guys, for handing that one in. Okay, next up. Danny Ward, and this is Love on My Mind. I feel like a radio presenter. I am a radio presenter, but you know what I mean. Jeez, this is Danny Ward and Love on My Mind. This is for all the lovers out there. Fuck it out.
When the heartache is over, I know I won't be missing you. I won't look over my shoulder. I know that I can live without you. Oh, live without you. Oh, I can live without you. Oh, I can live without you. I can live without you. I got love on my mind. Ain't no use in you wasting time. I got love on my mind. Ain't no use in you wasting time. I got love on my mind. I got love on my mind. I got love on my mind. I got love, 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 love. I got love on my mind. Ain't no use in you wasting time. I got love on my mind. Ain't no use in you wasting time. I got love on my mind.
Yeah, Danny Ward, Take a Bow, May. I absolutely love that. I'm going to be playing that. Yeah. Great use of chopping up the vocal. It was very subtle, but I appreciated it because, you know, when you've heard a vocal a million times for like the last 20 years, it's nice to hear it not just one complete a cappella slapped into a project. You know, just doing a tiny little bit of audio editing like that, I always appreciate. That's why I've always appreciated M Series when M Series does remixes of well-known tunes with well-known vocals. I really appreciate it when the vocals just chopped up a bit, and you know, it kind of surprises me. So yeah, this has got it. How old's this tune? The original, Love on My Mind. It's got to be at least 15 years old. It's got to be. Atlas Anna has redeemed no cursing and no. I want to swear. Okay. No cursing for 20 minutes. We'll do 20 minutes. Right? Can one of my mods please start a clock? Where were we? Yeah, I appreciate the fact that some of the audio, some of the a cappella has been chopped up a little bit. You know, it was subtle. It didn't you need to completely like change it. It sounded great. You can't redeem sound alerts, Dean Richardson. They are muted for the duration of this so that we can hear the music. Sorry about that. Sorry. You've just wasted 500 points now. Wilson says, does activity on SoundCloud from you mean the track is on this week or the next? I know about your next arrangement. No, it's when I've sent you an email. I have got one of your tracks on today. It's the Into the Future tune. If you've had an email from me saying I'm going to play your track tonight, then it's going to be on tonight. If you always get an email from me, basically. Anyone that sends in a track always gets an email, even if it's not ready to be listened to yet. I will always give you some advice to send you away to help you to get yourself a bit better. But yeah. The Freemasons version was released in 2007. Yes, Nikita, thank you. Yes, that does help. Yeah, I thought so. So yeah, it's nice to, thank you for the follow. It's nice to hear an a cappella slightly different sometimes. And yeah, the technical side of this it's a great bounce tune. It sounded ace. I haven't really got much more to add on that, Danny, but thank you for sending it in, and I will be playing it on my radio shows and my what's the other thing I do? Live streaming. Yes. It's so hard not to swear. Lewis Viper, that's decent, Amber. So many artists ignore the peeps. LOL. Friends say, if you ever make it, do not forget about me. I am like, are you crazy? Yeah, well, at the moment, the way things are, I receive a lot of emails for the demo drop, but it's not too many that they will go unlooked at. I mean, as the stream grows and as the viewership goes up, I will have to employ people to help me to go through these. But as it is right now, I pride myself on going through each of the emails, listening to each track and giving you a response, because as a producer and as a DJ of 20 years, I know how shit it is, you know, to not get a response off someone. However, I'll always let you know when that's subject to change. you know, there's only so many hours in the day. Sometimes if you try and send me a message on Facebook and things like that, sometimes I won't see it. Like my fan page on Facebook, I have people looking at that for me. I'm sick of the penis pictures. Penis pictures. I'm trying not to swear. But penis pictures makes it sound so much more funny than it actually is. So yeah. It's just one of those days. I do live streams, Atomic. Did you know? Did you know? Oh my God, I didn't know. Oh my God. Right, where are we? Next tune. No, this is a cool tune. This is OVR and it's called ID. Yeah, wow. Really enjoyed listening to this. I've said it on the show before. Good music rewards listening. What that means is the brain gives a dopamine release when we listen to music. This is one of the main reasons why music's so powerful. And the thing is about when we listen to music, it will get us into a vibe, it will get us into a groove, into a trance, depending on what we're listening to. And we kind of already preempt because we're used to 4/4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So sometimes it's nice to have a surprise within the music without it pulling us out of the groove. Now, another way to describe this is anyone who's ever been to see a DJ live. Now, when CDJs first came out, for a long time, DJs used to overuse a certain trick with the CDJs. What they used to do is loop over a bar. So as the dancer, you would be ready to like move into the next section of a track. So 1, 2, 3, 4, doof, and you know that you're into the drop. But what DJs used to do, and some still do it, is they will loop over the last bit and then they'll go do 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 do, and you're there like, oh, like fucking, oh. That's when it can get overused. That's when it can get overused, especially back in the day when we didn't have quantize and people would be doing it by hand. And some of them, I'm not going to mention any names, but you guys know who I'm on about, would do this a lot. And I remember listening to it, like thinking, stop it! No! No, 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 no! No! Because I found it highly annoying when I'm trying to dance, because I know where the drop's supposed to be and then it's not there, and then I've gone like, ooh, and then like it's not there, and I feel silly now because I've started dancing like there's nothing there. So don't do that. Good music rewards listening. Now in this track, I'll show you where the surprise is. Now the surprise gives you that aspect of what DJs do when they do this looping thing. However, it doesn't knock you out of your groove. And this is where I'm talking about. So let me just find the exact place in this track. Coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, you aren't expecting that to be at that point. But what it does is it doesn't take you out of the groove, but it's surprising and it gives you a dopamine release. Okay? And that's what's important. Good music rewards listening. Good music rewards listening. So you want to try and emulate little parts or get inspired by music like this, because it's showing you something important about how we listen to music, how we process the music that we listen to. That for me, like stuff like that in a tune, I'm like, yeah, I'm buying that tune. As soon as I get that feeling, I'm going to buy it. So there you go. So yeah, well done OVR. Really enjoyed that. Arctrix, yeah, that's the effect I found excellent. Yeah, it's memorable, isn't it? It's memorable. I love stuff like that. Or another one, I remember years ago I heard an amazing glitch hop tune, and it only did it once in the whole track. I will have to find it for you one day, right? And it basically had in like a little fill, instead of doing what it was usually doing, in one of the fills in the whole of the track, it just, everything stopped and it went like it just had this intake of a breath of air, like do and I remember thinking, that's amazing, because I wasn't expecting it. Wasn't expecting it. Good music rewards listening. Right, next tune. This is Nascent, Words Not Spoken. I think Nascent is in the chat as well. Am I saying your name right? I hope I am. Right, here we go. Wow. Wow. I really, really like that. I don't know what it is I like most about it. I think it's the your lead sound. Your lead sound. Where is it now? Let me just quickly go back to it because I'd love to know how you made it. That top line there, that lead that you've got, I love that. It's really nice. Really nice sound. The only thing I'd say, the drums are a bit unbelievable. Or what's the word for it? The drums are a bit... I think the drums are kind of letting the side down a bit with the rest of it. Do you know what I'd like to hear? I would love to hear you half time this, and instead of having it so quick, have it like a kind of ambient breaks. I think that would sound absolutely beautiful. I used call and response and added a third response. Most of the intro stuff was all Spitfire Labs. Spitfire Labs. I wonder what that is. Let me just have a little look. Spitfire Labs, free for anyone, anywhere. Free virtual instruments. Hello. Huh. Huh. Wow. It's been 20 minutes. Thank you, SJ. I can swear again now. Yeah, fuck you. Spitfire Audio. This is really cool. I'm going to leave a link for everyone. Thank you for sharing this with us. Yeah, well, this is the great thing about being on this show, Nascent, because we're giving you another perspective here. So I personally, as I said, I think it would sound amazing going for an ambient breaks kind of feel with the drums, instead of it being, you know, the quick way that you've got it there. Half time it. It's going to sound amazing. It really is. It's just going to sound beautiful, because it already does. And I want you to make it longer as well. It's only 1 minute and 55 seconds long. And I know this is obviously going to be a work in progress, or, you know, something that you've just got a feel for. But I think it's worth going back to this and exploring a few more directions for it. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you for telling us about Spitfire Audio as well. So yeah, brilliant. Thank you, Donna, for following. It's so hot. Danny, fuck. Thank you, Danny. Thank you. Danny, I don't feel very well. Nascent, you are so welcome, mate. Please send in anything else that you do, because I'm really interested in your style. I'm not with it today, Atomic VR. No. Oh, it's my time of the month as well. I had my first vaccination 2 days ago. It's too hot. My knee hurts. Oh dear. Oh well. Okay, so next we've got... next up, we have got Wilson Serrano. This is Into the Future. I haven't got rheumatoid arthritis, so, you know, that's a bonus, isn't it? There we go. Winning. Okay, so Wilson has been on the show before. Wilson is saying about this tune, it's almost finished. And he's waiting for a vocalist, and might use the vocalist that I mentioned, that I've used quite a few times. So let's have a quick listen to this one. Wow! Fuck! Yeah, once again, Wilson, your melodies are just insane. You were made to make trance progressive stuff. You really are. You're like, I'm in awe of it. I really am. I mean, I'm classically trained pianist. Not a penis. Classically trained pianist. And sometimes I find it quite difficult to think up imaginative, interesting progressions. So much so that it debilitates me a lot. I get very overwhelmed and very self-critical. And I just find yours seems so fun and so... it reminds me a lot of Guy, my partner Guy, Guyver, in the way that you are quite experimental, yet you are staying within the rules of music theory, but in a way that's really showing a sound. Like, you have a sound, and as an artist, right, it's very, very critical that you have a sound, because you'll be forgettable otherwise. I mean, you can make a tech house tune to get on a particular label if you want, and make it sound like what that label wants, but it's not your sound. It's not your sound. Or if it is, then you would, if it was, you wouldn't be making it for a specific label, you'd be making it for yourself. And you're a prime shining example of why you should do what you feel rather than try and do something for the likes. You know, do something for getting on a certain label or whatever. I am under no illusion that you are, I'm positive, better way to put it is, I'm absolutely sure at some point in your career you're going to blow up. You really are. With that kind of style, you know, it's inevitable. Just please keep making music. Please keep making more music, because you're so good at it. And guys, please get following Wilson. Like, a few of you who've sent in this standard of music, you don't have a lot of followers, and it's, I don't understand it. I think maybe it's because, you know, you're probably shy. You're probably in the studio a lot and not very good at the whole social media thing. So please use this platform. I'll support you as much as I possibly can and get your name out there. Because this stuff's got to be heard, man. It really has. I can see you getting on a decent label. You could even start up your own label. Yeah, as Arptrick says there, it's so fluid. It really is. And that's the hard thing about trance, is getting it fluid. So, yeah, well done, mate. Really, really, really pleased with that. And I hope you are. Okay, next we've got Eliana. Now, Eliana is a fellow student of mine. Not student of mine. I am a student with her at uni. She's in my uni class. I don't know if she's in. Ellie, you in? But yeah, this is one of her tracks. She's like 18, 19 years old. And she's just lovely. She's such a lovely girl. And yeah, she's making some amazing kind of psy-trancey kind of stuff. So this is the third time I think she's been on the show now. So here we go. This is Eliana and this is Feeling It. Yes, mate. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, that was Eliana, one of my fellow students who is at university with me. She's like 20 years younger than me. Is she 20 years younger than me? It's about 19, 29. Yeah, 20 years younger than me. Thank you for the follow, Sarah. She's making music like this, 19 years old. Amazing. I'm so excited for her. Lovely girl as well. Yeah, she really likes psytrance. Really into that, and you can really tell that in this track. From the first track that she entered around 7 months ago to the style that she's doing now. I mean, the thing is, she's obviously doing a lot of music at the moment. I've seen so much progression with the music that she's sent in over the last few months. Really, really good. And yeah, I'm under no illusion that she's going to be massive at the end of the course that we're doing. We're both doing a degree in music production at the moment at Leeds Conservatoire. And yeah, it's obviously paying off. I think she's doing really well. Eliana, take a bow, darling. Take a motherfucking bow. Well done, babes. Yeah, back in my day when I was... What did we have when I was 19? We'd gone through the Dance EJ stage. We had Music 2000. And we would have had Cubase, I think. Hello, Hartshorn. How are you doing? And hello to Daddy Brisk as well. Thank you for popping by. Yeah, we've got one more. And then I'm off because I've got my virtual reality thingy, but I want you all to stick around because I'm going to be raiding into Tribe XR after this one. Do you remember EJ as well, Atomic VR? I've still got it. I keep threatening to do a stream where I'm going to be installing the old program and we're going to sit here and make a tune on it. I'm going to get it sorted soon, I promise. Reason, yes! Reason. Do you know what we used to do? When I did a BTEC National Diploma in Music Technology about 16 years ago, we used to rewire the NN19 sampler from Reason into Cubase. That was the way around it. And that was a version of Cubase which didn't even have an audio pool. You had to key in your root numbers for your MIDI keys, CC notes. It was so much more than like now these days you just MIDI learn. You can just press it and it'll fucking root it straight away. No. That never used to happen. Yeah, it was Cubase 5.2 VST was the one that I learnt on. But the thing is, before that it was master and slave fucking hardware. Daisy chained. You know, and synced with really primitive timekeeping capabilities. But I think that was a massive part of the beauty of the older stuff was the fact that it kind of went slightly out of time and then came back in again. But yeah, I think we lose that, you know, in a world where everything's hard fucking quantized. It's really important to keep the humanistic qualities of natural mistakes. Now, what I mean by mistakes is like with your percussion, especially for anyone that's not been producing for very long, please try not to hard quantize everything to the grid. What I mean by that is when you look at, do you know what I need to do with this stream sometimes is open up a project and show you a few things. I will do at some point. I can't do it tonight because obviously we're in a bit of a rush. But what I mean by hard quantizing is sometimes it's okay to have notes a little bit before or after the grid. It doesn't have to be snapped completely on because transients of the claps, of the kicks, of the clicks, of other percussive elements on the 16ths. They all need room, right? And if everything's snapped to the grid, everything's going to start cancelling itself out. Now, if you put things one either side of each other, right, ever so slightly, you can visually see that they are not like this. They're like that. Really, really zoomed in, though. Then you get a lot more of the information. Really, really important. Amber makes mixing a cakewalk these days. I never used cakewalk. I heard about it and never used it. What else was there? What was the one where you could make your own VSTs in it? Oh, I can't remember. Yeah, we'll have a discussion on all of this one day. Mini Moog Sins. I have a Mini Moog. Where is it? Don't distract me because I'm too hot, and this will just go on for ages. Yeah, I've got a Minotaur here that's on long-term lease from a friend of mine. It's amazing. I love my hardware. I really do love my hardware. But yeah, go back to what we were saying. Don't hard quantize everything. I don't even know why we were talking about that now, but there you go. Oh yeah, because we were on about old styles of making music. So hot. No. Don't like it. Right. Next tune is Nightlife. Or Nightlife Club, and this is the RVG. This one's yours, Snoopy. RVG original mix. Let's have a little listen to this. Where have I put it? Oh, there it is. It's right in front of me. I do this all the time at the moment, right? I'm looking for something and I'm looking at it. I'm like, where's that thing I'm looking at? Oh. Oh dear. Right, okay, here we go. really, really like this. RVG, Snoopy, Take a Bow. Really, really enjoyed listening to that. It's actually 7 minutes 20 seconds long. However, for this, it didn't sound like it was getting monotonous or boring at any point. It was evolving constantly. I particularly liked the pianos, and I loved the progression of it. Points to help make this a bit better would be swap out that kick. Look at the Dave Parkinson Trance Sample Pack 2 for some really good kicks for this kind of style. And also in your lower end, your sub is muddy and isn't following the chord progression. So the chord progression is quite simple. So whatever root note you're in, so to keep it simple, you know your piano chords there, they are mirrored in what your sub and what your bass note should be. So it's just a simple step up. Da, 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 da. But obviously it's going to be 2 octaves at least lower than what I'm singing there. Your bass or your sub bass right now isn't doing that. Or if it is, it's muddy and it's not sounding tonally correct. Yeah, maybe even just take the sub out and have a mid bass, because you are missing a mid bass in this. It needs it. The thing is about kick and bass, the reason why kick and bass is so important in a track is from a humanistic point of view, right? The reason why we like kick and bass is because it's lower frequencies, and on a humanistic level, lower sounds make us feel grounded. That's why we like kicks and bass, because in the wild or in caveman times, low noises wouldn't spark off a reaction of danger. Higher frequency noises like ah, or a bird squawking, or an animal nearby, you know, in caveman times, that would denote something's going on, it's alarming. However, the opposite is true for lower frequency sounds. They actually give us the feeling of solidness, of groundedness, of completeness. That's why when the kicks, but that's why after a break, after a breakdown and the drops there with the kick and the bass and everything else, like fucking yeah, you don't get that feeling without the kick and the bass being solid. It's really, really important. Yes, much has happened since I made Nightlife 6 years ago. I matured a lot, and yes, it sounds a bit muddy and not properly engineered, but I learned this track. I'd like to remake it all, of course. That's amazing. Yeah, police sirens. Exactly. Woo, woo, woo. Like, shit. You know, it's all still built in our psyche, right? We have... I know it's 2021, but our fucking human brains are not any different to what they were like in caveman times, right? That's why we all suffer from anxiety. That's why, because we have a fight, flight, freeze response system. You know, it's incredible how much you'll actually improve on your music skills by learning about other aspects of ourselves, such as cognitive behavioral therapy and, you know, all these other things. It weirdly is all intertwined. But yeah, specifically with your kick and your bass, the reason why it's so important to get that completely right is because it really makes us feel solid and grounded and completely changes the whole feel to a tune. And yeah, listen to Kieran B for tips on this kind of stuff, because he knows his stuff. He really does. And I love the fact that you said that you made this 6 years ago and you want to go back to it because I think you should, because there are a lot of elements in this track which are fantastic. And I know that you can do better because, like you said, 6 years ago, you will have changed a lot. But yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for letting us listen to it. Cheers, babes. So yeah, we have got to the end of yet another show. Thank you very much for following I Am DJ Quentin. And yeah, thank you to everyone who's been very brave in sending in music for us to listen to. You're braver than me. Well, I don't let you guys listen to my music that much. Oh. So right now, I'm going to be raiding us all on over to Tribe XR, who are Maximus. I'm on at 10 p.m. our time, so that is in an hour and 15 minutes. So I'm raiding you over to Tribe XR right now, and then we will be. You can watch me on Tribe XR in just over an hour's time. Thank you, Maximus. I'm really nervous, but the technology is just insane, and this is just the beginning, guys. As well, you know, I think other members of Team Brisk might be getting on board with this kind of thing as well, and we will see where it takes us. But this stuff is going to be integrating a lot of interactive stuff for you guys to be doing while we're doing these live streams in VR. And this is just the beginning, and we're right at the beginning and right on the leading edge of this new technology for virtual reality live streaming, specifically for DJs. So I'm massively excited about it. Atomic VR knows all about this as well. Again, guys, if you're not following Atomic VR, please do. You'll see me getting more and more involved in this stuff as well. I love it. And yeah, it's just nice to be on the leading edge of something new and exciting that's happening here. Tribe XR taught me to use gear before I got a controller. Exactly. So if you guys haven't yet got a controller, a Quest 2 or a Rift headset, a VR headset, consider getting one. You know, you can get a Quest 2 pretty cheap these days. So yeah, thank you again, everybody. Let's all go over to Tribe XR now and see who's on right now. And I will be over in Tribe XR in just over an hour's time. So I'm just going to go and put my balls in some ice. And yeah, I'll see you over there. See you in a bit, guys. Love you.